So the Hollywood Syndicate runner form has still continued quite nicely. We just had the one runner on Tuesday. Pinde Mazala ran an eye second, and that was after a few winners last week. So we're on 4 winners for the month so far. We only have the 3 runners this weekend, and they all come at Hollywoodbets Greyville on Sunday. So we'll start off on the 3rd race, SIHAMBA SONKE. 2 modest starts to say the very least, but she was trapped very, very wide last time out, and I've heard from the stable that they're thinking of a bit of improvement. Ant, what have you heard?
Yeah, listen, I think you, as a punter, ignore the last run completely. Wasn't given the best roll of rides. He raced very, very wide. Obviously, she did have a bad draw, so sometimes you can't really blame the jockey from the draw like that, but I think he should have made the decision, go forward or go back, and he was stuck 3 or 4 deep. So I think he's a horse that's going to improve a lot. Duncan says her work has come on very, very well at home. I think she's a kind of a filly that I wouldn't be surprised if she finished in the top 3.
Yeah, it's nice to see Lyle Hewitson take the ride as well, and you've got to believe that he's gonna pilot her and give her a nice chance at least this time from a much improved draw. She's obviously quite well bred. She comes from the same family as Lana Bell, who was quite an impressive winner back down in Cape Town early on in her career, and the likes of Buran, who picked up some black type as well. So a nicely bred filly by Karari, and as you heard from Anthony and the stable, they really think that she's going to improve in leaps and bounds here. You can put a line through that last start. Then moving on to the 4th race, and Purple Persuasion. She's obviously won her last start. Nice to see her back in the winner's enclosure after a life-threatening injury back earlier this year. But you might think that she is badly weighted in this conditions race, should I say?
Yeah, I thought it was a very competitive race for her, and we were humming and hawing between me and Pete where we're going to run her or not. And Peter just thought she's such a good place at the moment, and she's doing so well. And he's just going to take her chances, She's showing a good work, and when a horse is in a good place, sometimes it's rather waiting for another horse. They just lose that form, and he's the trainer. He knows what he's doing. So, but she's going to find it very tough. I think if she could win a race like this, then you've got a decent filly. Absolutely,
I couldn't agree with you more. And as far as the trip is concerned, I wouldn't have too many question marks about it. Master my fate out of a Go Deputy mare. The Go Deputies do like to go a bit of ground. So stepping back up to a mile, she's only ever had the 1 start over this trip, and she wasn't beaten too far back, and that was in a merit rated 90 handicap. So there you go. I think she is quite badly weighted, but certainly the 2.5 kg claim from Jabu Jacobs is going to help, and she's drawn nicely as well. The stable have her in a really, really good place at the moment. So we'll be looking for a big run from her, but as we alluded to, it's obviously weight conditions are going to make it tough for her. Then moving on to the 7th race, where Anthony mentioned earlier that it's his value bet on the card, and that's Sunny Bull de Toy, our 3rd and final runner on the day for the Hollywood Syndicate. And we're obviously expecting a big run if he overcomes that draw.
Yeah, I think I got a soft spot for him. That's why. And listen, I thought his last run was really good. I actually expected him to run further back than that because he's had such a long break, and he's going to need it quite badly. So he surprised me more. My only concern is the 2nd run back. So if he handles that 2nd run back, doesn't affect him, I think he'll be very competitive.
You mentioned that you have a bit of a soft spot for him. I've got to admit, I've got a bit of a soft spot for him as well. Whenever we take the Hollywood Syndicate or the Hollywoodbets team up to Summerfelt and go and visit the Allison Wright stable, it's just something about him that everybody resonates towards. He's got such a beautiful temperament, and the kindest-hearted horse out there, and just be really, really nice to see him back in the winner's enclosure. So there you have it. There's our 3 runners that we've touched on for the Hollywood Syndicate this Sunday, and we'll be hoping for big runs from all 3. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see how he goes, particularly because he has had quite a rough career as Sunny Bull de Toy. He was off for almost a year or just over a year with a tendon injury, and he seems to be coming back to himself now. There's been signs that he's really, really going to be looking for a win soon, but hopefully it's his time out.